Welcome back to Conquerors through Christ. Once again, my name is Mike. I'm a pastor and the chairman of CTC, and we're so glad that you're here for this first step in conquering porn with the help of God. It's called Getting Real About the Wreckage of Porn. I remember a few years ago playing some pickup basketball in the gym at our church. I was guarding a young man, and at one point I saw him not looking at the hoop, but looking over my left shoulder. I turned to the left and saw that there was a young woman who had just walked into the gym. When I looked back at him, though, I saw him looking her down and then all the way back up, and I had to laugh. Not only was he doing this in front of the pastor, but the woman who walked into the gym was my wife. When I told him about it, he laughed sheepishly, and then he said something I'll never forget. He said, "Pastor, it's okay. I was just looking." Interesting, isn't it? Isn't that the way that so many people feel about porn? It's just looking. It's just a little thing. It's just a picture, just a click, just a web page, just some pixels. It seems as insignificant as this little stone. But have you ever thrown a stone like this into a still pond? You know what happens, right? It makes a big effect. It causes a ripple effect and changes everything. That's like porn. How could you finish this sentence? Porn hurts blank. As you think about your own life, think about our culture, read passages in the Bible, you realize that there are dozens of different ways to fill in that sentence. Right now, I just want to share 4 of them with you. Ways that porn is a big thing and causes real wreckage in our lives. First of all, porn hurts them. I still remember the wife that I counseled with tears running down her face, saying to me, "Pastor, how can I compete?" The day before, she had discovered her husband's internet search history. And as she clicked through page after page of porn, it didn't take long for her to realize that she couldn't compete, not with that. She was not skinny enough, not beautiful enough, not sexy enough, not wild enough, not willing enough. The day of her marriage, when her husband said, "I choose you," was one of the greatest days of her life. But as she looked through those pages, she realized that he was choosing many other women besides her. See, porn hurts them. Husbands and wives, fiancés, boyfriends, girlfriends. Even those of you who are single, who are looking forward to getting married, porn hurts the people that you will be married to one day. It forces them to compete with a fantasy and not a reality. Porn is not just a little thing. Porn hurts. It doesn't just hurt them, though. It hurts you. Did you know that according to the Bible, sex is sticky? In Genesis chapter 2, where God first talks about sex, he says that a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife. He will be glued to her, stuck to her, and they would sexually become one flesh. Scientists are just finding this to be true. They've studied what happens in the brain during sexual arousal, that these intense chemicals are released that cause such pleasure in our bodies. And our brains, enjoying that experience, want to repeat it. They start to crave whatever is in front of us during that moment. It's really an incredible blessing from God. He wants sex not just to feel good, but to glue us, to stick us to our spouse and our commitment to them until death do us part. But porn takes that blessing of God and makes it a curse. Because your brain doesn't know the difference between a wife and a web page. And it will crave, it will bond itself to whatever caused that sensation. Every time you click, you're causing your brain and your body to crave that more and more. That's why some of you find it so hard to stop. You see, porn is not just looking, not just a little thing. It hurts you. And your porn, it hurts me. You don't have to send me a link or a picture or a video. It hurts me. You see, I'm a married man, and I want to be faithful to my wife. I want her to feel loved and cherished. I want her to see that I choose her each and every day. And I'm the father of 2 little girls, and I want to be a great dad and a great example to them. But every time you click, you make that harder for me to do. You see, every click means more traffic on a pornographic web page. And with more traffic comes more interest from advertisers. And with more advertiser dollars comes more money for those who produce porn. And with more money, they will just produce more to assault men just like me. Every page promotes this industry. Every click is $1 that you donate to the devil, and he will buy a bullet with it and take a shot at my marriage. Your porn, even behind closed doors, is not a little thing. It hurts me, and mine would hurt you. And finally, porn hurts God. Did you know that God wants to be the one and only person you go to in your best and your worst times? If you're lonely, if you're struggling, if you're depressed, whatever it is, God wants you to call upon Him in the day of trouble. But porn wants to replace God. Is your relationship struggling? Porn wants to be that quick release of pleasure instead of bringing those prayers to God. Do you have something to celebrate? Porn wants to show you a good time and help you party instead of celebrating with the God who gave you that incredible blessing and gift. Are you depressed and lonely? Porn wants to be your companion instead of the God who said, I will never leave you and I will never forsake you. Porn wants to be an idol and replace God in your life. That's why it causes so much shame and guilt when we think about our connection to God. Porn may seem as small as a little stone, but it causes a ripple effect of wreckage. Porn does not help you. It hurts them. It hurts you. It hurts me. It hurts God. I don't want to crush you with guilt today. If you're a Christian, you probably feel guilty enough. But to get better, you have to see porn as God sees it. Would you put a stone like this next to your computer or next to the place where you're tempted? To remind yourself that if you choose to log on, you will remember that porn is not just looking. Porn hurts. There is real wreckage when it comes to porn.